Alright guys, you got your boy Stingren here today, and today we're back with some more reverse 1999 content. Today we're going to be showcasing off Marcus after her post Euphoria. So I wanted to go ahead and use her because she actually got some pretty good upgrades. Of course, we'll talk about it, and of course we will be featuring Euphoria Vila as well in this video, but I won't really go too much in depth about that. I'll save it for its own video. So without further ado, let's talk about Marcus. Alright, so this is our Marcus. We did get the collaboration skin because I thought it was really cool looking. I do really think it really suits her really well with her hairstyle. So, hey, I think it's peak. Anyone in the comment section need Marcus skins peak? Let me know in the comment section. I would love to know. But let's talk about her Euphoria. Let's talk about the bonuses she got, and let's go on from there. So, at level 1, Percival gets a new effect that is added. After an ally rank 2 to 3 cast of incantation is casted, Marcus will gain 1 to 2 stacks of life experience. At the start of the round, consumes 1 to 2 stacks of life experience to generate either a 1 rank or 2 precast incantation or reading class, or then consumes to a rank 1 of either from the lantern. So basically, what this is doing with this whole new gimmick of her having life experience is you're gaining stacks either from using Marcus's or your allied skills, because one really cool thing that you can do is what tends to happening, especially if you don't have, quote unquote, her premium options. You can always naturally let Marcus rank up her own skills. She can't, you can't shuffle the recast, but you can then shuffle those skills to allow other allies, so you can find a good way to funnel life experience from your teammates while also allowing them to benefit from the higher tier skills. And you will always at least have the precast skills, which can't be re-rolled. You can then have those as still attacking cards for Marcus, which is still pretty nice. So for what it's worth, she does have a good way to give you consistent high tier skills, so that way you can funnel the life experience. But of course, it will use her premium options, such as characters like, for example, Mercuria, for example, who gives you the rank up effect, or Argus, who can trigger a follow up based on the total number of stars that you have when your active spell deck is casted, which is the your total actions for the turn. Then you're getting a lot of life experience this way. You're going to be getting easily enough stacks of life experience to continuously funnel the effect, and of course intentionally get the extra bonuses from life experience, such as the automatic precasting, and then another bonus that comes from later on in this Euphoria. So for what it's worth, pretty good effect here. Alright, so next one. All of preparation Marcus, which is of course from alt, gain will be a rank 2 incantation or reading class. When attacking, she will consume life experience, so 2 stacks of life experience gets consumed, and of course you get an additional effect based off of each of the skills. For reading class, you get an additional mental damage, and of course at rank 3 you get an additional 30% pin rate. Your rank 3 of reading class already had pin rate, it just adds another 30, and of course you get extra damage, so pretty good. From the lantern, you get more additional damage while also having the effect here as well. So more from the lantern, which is again very good. You get more damage, which is really good. And then next chapter will get you again more mental damage, and of course the big effect, instead of the, I think it's 400% that you get from the annotated target, you now get 600%, which is pretty strong. I mean, Marcus's ult now is actually pretty strong because it's effectively like an 800% modifier, which is not bad at all. So for what it's worth, there's some decent synergy in there for her. Next up is her part 3, or her rank 3. Enemies in the annotate status no longer recover Eureka for Marcus when they take action. Instead, when Marcus attacks the enemy when annotate status, excess critical rate is converted into critical damage, and she will recover 1 Eureka for Marcus. Now this is a bit of a misstep for her, because her current premium options are both Vila and Mercuria as the 2 main supports. Of course Lepera, technically, but you want Mercuria more because her general skills do hit like trucks. So if you went with Lepera, then it wouldn't be as bad, because Lepera can at least give you a massive 40% crit rate, which is nice. The problem with current Marcus is that she herself with solo sustain really can't reach 100% crit rate to get used to the conversion. I think this is kind of where the misstep comes in, because her crit tech is really low, and even though her Euphoria does actually help her with getting more crit rate, as you as you can see with mine only hits about 53% before battle, which is nice. But even if I were to run her with Vila and Mercuria, for example, for crit rate bonuses and stuff, then I'm only getting about what 50%. So I'm just only slightly hitting the excess critical mark, which that goes into critical damage, and that's not really giving me that much critical damage either. So even when I look at her build, I tried to go as much crit rate as I possibly could go here. The problem being is that she just doesn't have a good natural crit technique to at least allow for this to be scaled up a little bit better. That's still the thing. I think they should have maybe at least given her the 20% crit rate bonus. I think that could have helped, because that's at least giving you at least somewhat over 10% or close to 10% of extra critical rate from based off what my build is running. So that's at least something, but it's not like a big jump for bonus anything. Like, I feel like this rank 3, honestly, you're not really going to see it too much unless you do run her premiums, which if you don't have her premiums, then you can kind of just ignore this effect. Alright, and her last effect is at the end of the round, upon gaining 8 stacks of life experience, she will gain continuous action for 1 round. This is again pretty good. I mean, with what I said previously about her and her premiums, she has a lot of ways to get into a bunch of stacks of life experience. She has a bunch of different ways. She has, of course, teammates. If you run proper supports like Mercuria, for example, I think Mercuria is way better than Lepera in this case because of the rank up effect, which makes skills count for rank 2, rank 3, which is very much important for life experience. And if you do run her in Reveries, which is actually pretty good in Reveries now, you can use the Mountain Ghost, which has an ability to also give you stacks of life experience too. But there's a lot of good ways for her to accumulate a lot of life experience to really get this effect consistently. So that's really good. I do think that's actually a really good plus for her. Also, if you run her with Vila after her Euphoria, it gets better because she can convert ults into 3-tier incantations, which again is more stacks of life experience. So there's a lot of good ways you can do it, provided that you have her premiums. If you're someone just starting out and you're kind of just trying to look for a team for Marcus in general, I might make a budget team. Because there's actually some units that actually do work for 5-star and below. And then I'll talk about, you know, potential other options you could run and stuff like that. But for what it's worth for currently right now, I still do hold the idea that her original best in slot team, which was her, Vila, Mercuria, and with other choice of Argus or Caconia, was her best in slot. Like, I feel like that's now... I feel like Argus now kind of gets a bit of an extra edge now, because the main reason why Vila Caconia was really a thing is because Vila had difficulty sustaining pre-Euphoria. Now with post-Euphoria, she really has no real problems with keeping her team alive now, especially with the amount of extra healing that she got from her Euphoria, especially with new passives in play too. So I do think that now you can get away with running Argus, which of course, basically every turn you're going to be generating a rank 2 or a rank 3, which is really nice. So that's a really good thing that you could do for like our premium, but that is going to be that. But what I think about Marcus's Euphoria, honestly, it fixed a lot of her issues. While I still do think she has like a really bad crit technique for crit bursting and everything, she still can hit really, really hard now. She hits for some beautiful numbers. I've seen numbers anywhere up from like 2 to 400k with Marcus, which is actually very solid for a DPS, especially in modern time. A 400k burst is not bad at all, especially with how quickly you can get to rank 2, rank 3s when her life experience effect really starts to take off. So for what it's worth, if you do have Marcus, I do fully recommend you invest in her Euphoria. Now, of course, if you don't have the premium options, there are still other good units you can use as well for personal support reasons. I'll probably highlight one of them in this video to talk about some of the cool synergy that you can do. But anyway, let's get over to some showcase action and let's use our girl Marcus in some content. Alright, so we are running her with this team here. We're running her with Melania. The really cool thing about Melania is because of her special Euphoria effect, and this is why I wanted to run with her. The thing is for Marcus's ult, which is something that I highlighted earlier as a potential really good burst because it does have again a 800% modifier on base. She can provide you with a stacking effect of ultimate crit rate, crit damage, which then would trigger the additional use of annotate, which would provide you with a little bit of extra crit rate conversion. That was kind of the whole reason why I really just put Melania in the team. Also to act as a disruption to the boss anyway. But of course, we're going to be running Vila with her skin with the Euphoria unlocked. It's pretty much still required to run Vila because of course, mental kind of made for Marcus. And then, of course, Mercuria for the rank up effect. And let's get right into it. Alright, so let us do our buff. Let's set up Vila song. Then we can do now turn 1, which is amazing. We'll buff again, and then we'll set up a couple stacks with Melania. And we'll just go from there. We don't have to really attack on Marcus this turn. By the way, I love Vila's new ult with the skin. Now she sings like she's like a siren. I love it. It's so cool. Best $10 ever. If anyone heard that. Anyway. So, we got the first 2 stacks of life plan stacked. So. And now you see Vila's follow up on heal, which is really, really good. I love this effect that she got. Because this basically keeps your team alive on a lot of occasions. So. As you can see, we got a couple rank 2s we can mess with. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's Mercuria ult. I kind of want to focus, actually. So let's this. We're going to focus on the small guy because I don't want it to blow up on me. I do have 3 turns, though, but still, I'd rather not deal with it. So this. We'll hit him with the weakness effect so that way we can get use of it. As you can see, we already got the extra continuous action effect going with Marcus. Literally just the first turn in. So here we go. We got a couple of stacks in there. As you can see, just basically nuked it. And look at all that Moxie she just got. All that Moxie. I know this is, of course, helping with the summon too. But that's a lot of Moxie that she just has just chilling. So I kind of don't want to ult just yet. Because I don't want that Inverate going. So let me... I think I'm gonna go for a rank 2 with you. So we can get a little extra Moxie. Let's do a disruption. Let's this. We can heal too with Vila just cause. That way we can get right back into her ult. So let's go ahead and heal just cause. Part of me wants to Argus him. I mean, not Argus, Marcus him. You know what? Sure, why not? She's now at like max mox at this point, so she'll be able to kind of recover her ult a little bit quicker. I want to get an extra stack though before I do the thing. So there we go. So now we have Vila's ult back. So now we should 100% be good to go. And of course, Vila will keep us completely healed. Vila actually can heal quite a bit now, which is actually insane. She can actually put some good healing up. So let's set up let's activate the field. Let's this. Set up stacks. Disrupt. Vila ult. Because I still have song, right? Yeah, I still have song. And then we'll Marcus ult you. So now we have 2 stacks going, which is good. I love this skin, dude. I love Marcus' skin too. See, look at that, 260k. Not bad. Not bad for just a burst with Marcus is all I'm trying to say. So there we go. His action was interrupted. Very good. As you can see, look at all these like level 3s we have too. We could re-roll these with other proper support and then just kind of cook. So I think the song is gone, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, so I need to reapply song. And then I can... Am I good to burst? I kind of really want to be honest. I kind of want to just go like weakness ult and then kind of just cook while we're still in the field. Let's also use this to pass. And then we will just hit a burst. We won't hit super hard here though, because the boss has that mitigation effect. Never mind. Mitigation where? 270k. Never mind. She is still cooking. And then we have our ult again. So, hey, why not go for it again? Because I think with ult we should kill. We should definitely kill with ult. So, actually, I kind of wish I got a weakness for her. Let me see. I'm gonna try re-rolling for one. Are we blessed? We are blessed, but we don't have a good burst now. We still have ult though, so we can power burst. Actually, I got it. We'll do this. We will... Sure, we can pass this to you. We will buff song for power burst for the multiple stacks. We will... Actually, do I rank 2? Yeah, maybe a rank 2 isn't terrible. We can make utilization of that, sure. So we will this. We will this. We will rank 3 for this for the multiple stacks of power burst. We will this, and then this. Just kind of hoping that will kill it, but it's fine. That mitigation is definitely starting to show up. I think Marcus with ult should kill. Yeah, for sure. Marcus should for sure kill here. Even with all the mitigation. Oh my god. Yo. 250k. I don't even have Millennia's final stack yet. Oh my god, dude. That's what I'm saying, man. This is why I really do like this setup. I like this setup more than I like using Argus, to be completely honest. Alright, bet. Cool. So, we for sure can just this. Do we have everything needed? We got the fixed plan. We still need the final stacks of that, sure. And we don't have crit rate, do we? No, we don't. Okay, so I got to cast that from Merc, which we don't have, so we got to reroll for it. Can we get a rank 3 for rank 1's fine. So we have one more turn left of this, so we kind of have to kill. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter if we don't kill here, because we'll still obviously do a lot of damage. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we ult and then we just hit this, sure. That might kill it. Oh no, it does. Oh yeah, it does. Nice. All right, so that is the Marcus showcase again. With her premium support, she's really good. Like, I do think she still kind of suffers from not having enough crit tech to invest into like having, you know, a hybrid specific crit build. Like, without running Melania, without the extra potential 36% crit rate that she would provide, that ult, the ult wouldn't. Well, and then of course the ultimate might bonus too, so that's also being in play. But you know, like it's definitely some. There's definitely something. I do think there needs to be like a stronger crit buffer that we need for her. I think that's potentially what we need. I mean, of course, you can kind of get away with using kind of a higher tier rank with Mercuria, who can give you potentially, I think, what, 30, I think, at max. But still, you know, like, yeah. But if you want my honest opinion, I do think she is perfectly fine. Still, even without not having the ability to really get into the access crit range to critical damage without doing some kind of janky stuff like I did, she's still a really strong damage dealer. So, for what it's worth, easily recommend that you should invest in Marcus's Euphoria. And if you have Vila, it's already a great bonus because Vila synergizes really well because of her being a mental support. So, without further ado, this has been your boy Jet Stingren. I did not mean to say that. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for all the subscriptions that have come in since me posting my first few videos about the AC collab. And yeah, see you guys next time. Peace.